We're just going to do some simple scrambled eggs on sourdough toast with some lovely smoked Cornish trout. But this one's really good with omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin B12, really good for your immune system, really good source of protein. It just sets you up a lot better for the day rather than having these like insulin peaks and sugar crashes and stuff. I'm actually starving, to be honest. We've been out, well, I've been out pruning fruit trees one morning, so this is a little winner for me. Okay. So, I mean, I have, 3 or 4 eggs as my little portion. But, I mean, 3 eggs per person really is enough. A couple for the children. Because I'm a porker, I'm going to have 4. So, to bring these together, I'm not going to add any seasoning to this just yet because, I mean, the salt will start to break down the egg and it will just go a little bit too wet. And you don't want to use a whisk, you want to be using a fork because we don't really want to add loads and loads of air to this either. So, Cornish trout. It's been nicely cold smoked already. So I'm just going to get a few little slices of this now just to go with it. If raw fish isn't for you, that's fine. You could just put this in with the egg and cook it through at the same time, or even pick up some hot smoked trout instead. We're going to use some pan de campagna. It's kind of like a sourdough bread. So we're going to toast it up in some butter. I mean, obviously, if you're looking for like a nice protein-rich breakfast or lunch even, just swerve the bread. If you're on like some sort of carnivore diet or something like that. Like if you're just putting that in the toaster, it's just going to dehydrate, and you're never going to get your fork through it. But doing this, just adding a bit of moisture to it, much more delicious. Okay. So let's get this pan up to a nice medium to high heat. Nice bit of butter. Even though I do these tutorials, and I'm like literally an award-winning chef, my wife still puts scrambled eggs into a cold pan, which takes between 7 and 8 weeks to clean after. So I'm hoping she's kind of watching this video now. If you like your eggs runny, I mean, you're pretty much happy with that. I think you want to go a tiny bit further, to be honest, to about there. A little bit of sea salt, a little bit of cracked pepper, and we're good. This one can seem like it's going to be super simple, but like eggs is where it's at cooking-wise. Overcooked scrambled eggs are awful, you can get all that moisture coming out of it. Undercooked, it's going to be a little bit sloppy, so we're just going to try and get in that lovely medium, so it's just kind of holding itself, they're nice and creamy. But it is a beginner's recipe, but you're going to pick up a few little tips here. Also got a little bit of fennel in the garden, which would be a nice little aniseed hit, which would match real nice with the fish as well. Yeah, super simple, but it's just, cooking eggs is a really important thing to learn how to do. This is a bit of a go-to meal for us. Not that we can always afford to make trout every single time, but we do have an endless supply of eggs. I'm going to go back out and do some gardening.